What's going on, guys? More 2012 NFL offseason talk here, once again talking about my Minnesota Vikings. And today, I wanted to talk about Christian Ponder. I talked about Adrian Peterson last time I checked in with this team, but I think the ultimate key to success for Minnesota and what will determine the length of this rebuilding process is Christian Ponder, the Vikings quarterback, who they drafted last year, 12th overall in the first round. And well, Ponder got playing time last year, quite a bit actually, because Donovan McNabb was signed by the Vikings. Leslie Frazier thought the Vikings had one more year of contention in them, and well, they showed that they didn't, and Donovan McNabb played horrible. So Christian Ponder got in his first time against the Chicago Bears, and Donovan McNabb never saw the field again. After that, Christian Ponder started against the Green Bay Packers, and his very first throw of that game, that bomb to Michael Jenkins, which they initially ruled a touchdown, I was excited. And then they called that play out of the 1 yard line. They threw a touchdown to Shanko, I believe it was. But after that game, the Vikings lost, but they hung with the Green Bay Packers. They gave them a run for their money in that game. And after that was probably about the happiest I could have been after a Vikings loss, because I've never really seen a young quarterback for the Vikings to be excited about. I wasn't excited about DeVaris Jackson, but Christian Ponder, I liked what I saw of his first start. And then I think the reason why Christian Ponder has drawn a lot of heat, or drew a lot of heat as the season progressed, was that he started much better than he finished. There's no doubt about that. The Vikings played Green Bay very tough in that game, and then went on the road to beat the Carolina Panthers 24-21. And so we were excited. A lot of Vikings fans were excited, but then they got smoked by the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. And the season kind of just got worse from there for Christian Ponder. He finished the year with 13 touchdowns and 13 picks. And he was sacked about 30 times, and he got hurt a couple times. Joe Webb had to come in, and Ponder looked kind of scared in the pocket at times and made some bad decisions throwing the ball. And the Vikings didn't have a very good receiving core and had a very bad offensive line, and they've definitely addressed helping Christian Ponder this offseason. They drafted Matt Khalil. They signed Jeff Schwartz. They moved Charlie Johnson to left guard. It's going to be a different look offensive line, but I think it's going to be a much improved unit overall. At receiver, they signed Jerome Simpson out of Cincinnati, who had a pretty good statistical season, and of course that front flip for a touchdown. But Ponder's already raved about Jerome's skill set in OTAs and practices so far, so I'm looking forward to Simpson. But also in the draft, the Vikings finally drafted some receivers I'm excited for, and that is Greg Childs and Jarius Wright. And of course, they also signed John Carlson to a 5-year, $25 million deal, because the Vikings will run a lot of twin tight end sets. And the thing about Christian Ponder, why I think he can succeed with this team, is because I like his work ethic and his intangibles. I think this offseason will really help him build chemistry with his teammates and whatnot, and help him become a leader in the locker room. But also, this offense is really tailored to Ponder's skill set. He mainly excels at throwing the ball short and medium, not really so much throwing deep. And the Vikings are going to run a lot of twin tight end sets and focus on short routes and running the ball and opening up Adrian Peterson once he is healthy. But I personally do have confidence in Christian Ponder. I'm excited for this season to come. I think they've improved the offensive line in all the areas it was necessary, and they provided some talent this offseason through the draft and free agency at wide receiver that creates a lot more depth, and hopefully that translates to yards, catches, and touchdowns. But will Ponder make the steps this year that will get the Vikings back into playoff contention in 2013? Now, many expect the Vikings to trail behind the Lions, Bears, and the Packers this year. And that's a pretty safe assumption given the Vikings' rebuilding process right now and needing to establish certain players at certain positions. But what do you guys think about Christian Ponder? I have high hopes for him this year. I think he's going to play well, but I just want to know how much better he will be this year and how much better the offense will be as a whole. So leave your guys' feedback. Leave a like on the video, please, if you enjoyed it. And of course, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.